Why is it that artists are leaving their indigenous labels and going independent? Meanwhile, independent is expensive. Independent is difficult.
To speak on that, first of all, we'll have to get certain things right. Most of these companies we call labels are not actually labels.
There are many
The other day I wanted to give them some credit, so I said they were boutique labels, but my learned colleague Beatmenis told me that I'm giving them too much accolades, so I need to demote them to production companies, and it's actually true. Because with boutique labels, they are not affiliated to the top three labels like Universal, Sony, and Warner. They just sign distribution company deals and all that. So like maybe a company like Maven is a boutique label because they are not signed to. Okay, no, Maven is actually signed to Universal. And so an example could be YBNL. YBNL is in business with Empire, which is not a top three. So we can say that it's a boutique label. But with most of the Ghanaian companies we have, they are production companies. What they do is they basically, record the music, package the music, and then they promote the music for you. And sometimes they even do that with your own money. So sometimes you come with your investor, and they already have done the legwork in the industry. They know their way around the PR, around the marketing, and so on. So they'll say, okay, I have a recording studio, come record your song, you give me the money, you give me the budget, and then I work it for you. So that is what happens with most of these companies that we are seeing here. And I think I can confidently say we really don't have an indigenous Ghanaian music label or boutique label. Now, that being said, what causes these problems is because I think there isn't like an outright understanding of the expectations on both sides. Sometimes people go in way over their heads. Like the artist has some insane expectation. The executive producer also has like an insane expectation. Oh, this artist, if we release 3 songs, at least 2 will enter, and then they'll be getting booked every weekend, and this money can come in, and da. You get me? And you see, sometimes these things are also influenced by other factors that you don't really look ahead for. Imagine if maybe I'm shooting a video for $5,000, and at the start of 2022, a dollar was changing for, let's say, 7 cedis. So if I'm doing $5,000 and I'm spending maybe 35K on a single video, and then fast forward to 2022, the dollar rises to 15 cedis, and now I'm spending double the amount in Ghana cedis for just one video. Those are also things that like people don't really look ahead and factor into some of their overall plan and strategy. So I think the situation down here doesn't really favor how these relationships go, and that's what causes the drifts. But I think some of these companies can do better in the sense that when an artist leaves any of these companies, I've realized sometimes the people who run the companies go on like an intentional smear campaign. They try and destroy the little goodwill that the artist has left with people in the industry and even their fans. And sometimes they make it look like, okay, we had the fans and then we introduced them to you, so now that you are no longer with us, they should stop streaming. We've seen it happen. Even sometimes, maybe the artist's music goes onto the official YouTube page. The artist doesn't have his own YouTube page. So now, when you start dropping music, you are starting from a channel that has 0 subscribers, and you have to build from the ground up. You get me? So, like, it's a complicated relationship that has to be broken down, because if it continues this way, there are going to be a lot more artists under these companies, and there are going to be a lot more exits if we don't take care. It's going to be like a business venture that wouldn't yield any results for both parties.